She's working on her 26th album right now. All right. I hope y'all have a great time.
Yay! Let's hear it for you. What's your name?
I'm Joe James, but it doesn't matter.
Let's hear it for Joe James. You know, he had one little slip up. He was trying to call them window clerks. He called them widow clerks. But that just reminds me of a funny story. I played in Minnesota the first day of hunting season, and they called my concert. Oh, they can't hear me over there.
I'm turning it up.
Okay, she's gonna turn it up. That's what I love about folk music. People don't hold back. But anyway, I was playing the first day of hunting season, and they called my concert a hunting widows concert because all the guys would go off hunting and the women had nothing to do, except they left a word off the poster. You know what word they left off? Hunting. So it said, a widow's concert. And people, it's like nobody came. Who wants to admit that, you know, that they're so sad that they call themselves a widow? Well, anyway, thank you for bringing back that memory, Joe. Now, I mentioned that my first song was inspired by Janis, who has been at this festival many, many times, and she's just one of the greatest singer-songwriters. She was the very first performer who was on Saturday Night Live, the first musical act that they ever had. But back in 1985, she had a very popular song that inspired my song, and this is an honest-to-God true story. It's called Ballad of a Ball Game. Do you remember that song by Janis? The one where she complains about not getting chosen for the basketball team? I'm sorry, that's a really cheap rhyme. But her song went, for those whose names are never called when choosing sides for basketball. Remember that depressing song? I would have written about that, but she done it first. 'Cause when you're 5'2", all right, 5'1½", and everybody else in the whole gym class is 5'3", and even taller, it hurts. Truth is, I hadn't thought about that for years. But then a recent phone call rekindled all those fears. A softball game, Robin Batto said, and you're invited. Softball? Great. That's my game. Why, softball's practically my middle name. I'll be right over, I said, sounding excited. Even though I can't throw, I can't hit, I can't run, I must admit, I can't catch, I can't pitch. In softball, I have not found my niche. But I don't let details get in my way. Team sports, ooh, that's what I loves to play. I got dressed, got my sneakers tied, made it to the park in time for choosing sides. Pick me, 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 pick me. Pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me. Glove, I don't own a glove, but I can always borrow from the other. Pick me, pick me, pick me, pick me. I won't bore you, this part goes on for a really, really long time. 'Cause 20 people showed up to play and they picked 10 to a side. So as the ranks of the unchosen were depleted and the ranks of the chosen swelled, and I was still standing there, well, deja vu, I was the last one chosen. Even after the overdressed Felicity Rosen. I don't know if you know this girl, but she was wearing high heels, stockings with seams, and those Lee stick-on nails. Well, anyway, they put me in the field so far out and to the right, I was practically out of sight. But everybody said I had a real good day. I didn't make any errors. I didn't make any plays. You see, the ball never actually came out my way, and I figured, well, just gonna be one of those days. Now, coming up to bat was a brand new kind of humbling experience. I took one swing and missed. That was no surprise. I took another swing and missed. That was no surprise. Then I practiced strategy. I let one go by. Umpire called it a ball. I had a proud moment. Which made me overconfident. Because then the pitcher threw one I just could not resist, and I swung and I actually hit it. But it was a pathetic little dribbler that went bloop, 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 rode over to the pad, to the pitcher. He threw it over to first, and again I was out. None of this is any kind of a surprise. But as I was walking to the bench to pick up my ball glove, the captain of the other team said, the captain of my team, "Hey, it's okay. She really does know how to play, so let's not count her outs." I said, "What? Don't count my outs? I want you to count my outs. I want my outs to count," which made me instantly unpopular with my entire team. So I said, "Oh, I get it. Don't count my outs. That's good strategy, too. And thank you for being such a sensitive human being and thinking of my needs in such open, kind, generous, and loving terms." I was babbling like an idiot. Well, eventually I resumed my place in the outfield. Continued watching the dandelions grow and blossom and turn into puffs and blow away in the chilly wind, and I continued to watch the clouds making ugly formations in the sky. And it wasn't long before I began to question my worth as a human being and my reason for living. But then, top of the 7th, 2 on, 2 out, a crack of the bat, a mighty clout. My whole team turned and cringed to see that speeding ball was heading vaguely toward me. I ran as fast as I could. I said a prayer. I stuck out my glove. The ball landed in there. No one could believe it on either team. They hooped and hollered and screamed, and total strangers watching clapped and cheered. Aware that God had performed a miracle here, I was carried to the bench. I was handed a beer. Then the clouds broke apart. Then the sun reappeared. No, it didn't. I'm lying about that last part. But everything else